Not a head instructor?
Now to intermediate and beginner level students and students from home. Welcome everybody. Today we're going to keep working on those brush knee pushes and maybe look at brush knee push number 4 if we can get to it. And black cess training, important point number 9, I think. And then up for grabs, or I'll come up with something, or we'll do fast form for Master's Path. And yeah, let's get started. Oh, I forgot to take those off. I will sweat. I will fog my face up. Okay. Let's go ahead and with that breathing, place your feet comfortable distance apart, hands on the lower abdomen, lips lightly sealed, and teeth gently meshed together. Allow your eyes to close. Begin to focus on deep, relaxed breathing. As you breathe in, feel the abdomen go out. And as you breathe out, feel it come back in. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. Be relaxed. With each breath, begin to imagine a cascade of relaxation flowing down the body from the top of your head all the way down to the bottoms of your feet. Feel your face and jaw relax. Neck and shoulders relax. Chest and upper back relax. Shoulders and arms feel heavy. Stomach and lower back relax. Feel that flow of relaxation through your waist, into your hips, through your thighs, backs of your legs. Feel your knees soften. Feel your calf muscles relax. Your ankles relax. And the bottoms of your feet relax. Breathe in deeply. Breathe out slowly. Be relaxed. The next time that you breathe out, go ahead and open your eyes, lower the hands. Let's do some embracing horse. what you're doing, but sit your seat back just a hair, yeah. And so the seat, because you were just leaned forward just a tiny bit more. So don't lean more, keep where you were. And from here, actually lean a little less, sit up a little bit. There you go, good, good. I have to say, adjusting and bracing horse is the most difficult thing to do verbally. It's easier to just touch and feel instead of, I'm gonna put the right words on this. And release, straighten the legs, lower this hand, circle the arms up, inhale. And press the palms down to exhale. Very good. So, since everyone here is familiar with this first section, any questions so far on anything that we've done so far in the first section, since we've got more in-person people? Hello. Yes, sir?
Single whip.
Single whip. Anything about particular with single whip?
The step. I've noticed you are in this direction. You step back.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really do that too well, so I've been rotating to step out.
So the question is the step in single whip. Mr. Watkins observed that I tend to kind of have my back already turned this way and I step back, which is eventually what you will be heading towards, versus, so let's see, single whip. So it's stepping back is what he's noticed, and then I shift and turn. He has difficulty with that, so he finds that he is already turned this way and then steps.
Yes, ma'am, exactly.
So what you'd like to do is work more towards the other, because it's that upper follows lower, substantial, insubstantial. I know this isn't really basic training talk, but again, we don't really have new students joining us, so everybody watching at home and everyone here has seen this material before. By being here, my weight is here, and if I start doing this, the weight, it's very hard to keep my weight here and this be completely light and step. So it means I've already shifted my weight into that front foot as I step, which is what kind of the groundwork of Tai Chi we try not to do, if that makes sense. Because I want to be able to step so that then I can shift and put my weight and my balance behind that move. So we talked, yeah, that's it, yes. So think about that step test that we talked about at the beginning of the unit. So what I would do to practice that is just practice, you know, playing with, in particular for this move, stepping back.
I find that the step test doesn't give me as much range of motion as I thought it would.
If you sink a little lower, it will.
Okay.
Yeah, so the higher you stand, the shorter your steps will be, the more you bend, the longer your range
perfect.
is. So if I'm up here, that's as far as I step. If I put a bend, I get a little bit more. Good question. Does that help give you something to practice?
Yes, thank you so much.
Right, yes, that looks exactly correct. And but make sure you turn your toes in so you don't wrench your knee, your back toes. Make sure you turn your back toes in so you don't wrench the knee.
Thank you.
Any other questions about the first section up to brush knee push 3? No. Okay, so let's start from the beginning. We'll do it once from step left all the way through to brush knee push 3, and then we're going to focus mostly on the brush knee pushes and possibly put on the next one. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And no need to call back, but I will call names. Step left. Commencement. Ward off right. Ward off left. Ward off right. Pull back. Press and push. Single whip. Make sure you're on that right foot, which will help be able to step with that left. Good. Turn your toes in a little more, Mr. Payne. Back toes. Turn your right toes in more. There you go. Lift hands. Strike with shoulder. White crane spreads wings. Brush knee push 1. Good. Playing guitar 1. Brush knee push 2. Brush knee push 3. Good. Release. Any questions about those brush knee pushes? Brush knee pushes, brush knees push? I'm not sure what all of that would be.
Tried the step on the single whip, I think it worked.
You think it worked?
I think it worked.
I wasn't sure at first. I think it hurt. I'm like, no, that's not what I was going for. I think it worked. Yay. I love it when it works.
I think.
So anything with the brush knee pushes so far?
There was something, but now it's slipped my
Well, let's
mind.
do it some
But
more.
it was,
Go ahead.
it was in the, maybe when you shift and then turn. I'm not sure.
Like you're not sure of what the timing is of the upper body?
Perhaps, that might have been my problem.
So the timing is some not nice person is throwing a punch at you. And so, yeah, it's like, don't do that, it's rude. So the brush knee part is blocking that punch, okay? So I block, but I'm not gonna shift yet because my shift comes as I'm gonna brush that punch and push my opponent away. So the push comes from the shift and the turning in of the back leg, if that makes sense. You hear me talk a lot about the hand movement isn't moving because of the hand is moving because of something else with the body, and this is a prime example of that. So don't get hit. And then if I did this, if I've shifted and I've pushed, there's not a lot of force or power behind that. However, if I basically extend this and my body weight goes behind it, there's a lot more weight and substance behind that move. And to me, it always helped me when I was learning these to kind of think about what I was doing, and then it made more sense as to why my body did that. Because you're right, it's like, well, do I shift and then do it? Well, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to get somebody, yes, that looked correct, to get away from me. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does, thank you.
Good, good. So a key principle would be if your arms should really kind of feel like they're not doing much. I mean, like they're along for the ride. Yes, I am I'm doing this and I'm doing this, but I'm not telling them where to be in space. I'm like, I'm doing this, and then this just kind of happens because honestly, if I'm here and I don't move my arms and I move my body, they end up where they need to go without me doing those two moves. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
That's not a beginner concept, but it's a good question, and I like to plant seeds. Thumbs up, I like. All right, so let's go from the end of white crane spreads wings, and we'll go through up till brush knee push 3 a couple of times, and we'll demonstrate, and then we'll see if it makes sense to add on brush knee push 4. All right, white crane, and brush knee push 1. Remember waist. Good. Playing guitar 1. Yeah. Brush knee push 2. Rock back, turn, brush knee push 3. Sink down, step in, step out. Shift, turn. Good. Reset. Brush knee push 1. Playing guitar 1. Brush knee push 2. Brush knee push 3. One more time, reset. Brush knee push 1. Playing guitar 1. Brush knee push 2. Brush knee push 3. Good. Okay, release. All right, I will demonstrate. I'm gonna come at do that. Okay, so I am in brush knee push. Remember your waist. Try to resist the urge to just move the arms. It's my waist. Brush knee. Playing guitar. Same thing, waist. Then on this one, if you're feeling like as you lift back, you're feeling the need to lean, again, that's waist. So my posture is still upright. I'm not having to kind of lean back. And that comes from shifting the weight to the back, releasing this heel, and then turning my body as a unit. And that gives me the space to turn and get my arms where I want them to be so that I can sink down, step in, step out, and be set up for the brush knee push the way that I think it's supposed to work. This one, it's just gonna feel weird. I don't know if it feels weird to you. It did for me, and it still kind of does. I mean, it's natural, but it's the only one like this. And well, I know there's 2 that come from that direction, and it just feels different. But a locked up waist is gonna mean that the arms go, and in order to shift back, I'm leaning, and doesn't feel good. It kind of pinches my back, and it puts a lot of strain on that leg. I'm gonna show you from the correct angle. Observe anything helpful. Oh, my hip popped, good. Been waiting for that. And then here's what I mean. I shift, and then I turn from my waist. So that then I can shift into this foot in a stable, healthy knee way. Ending position, the push hand is palm out with your fingers roughly on line with your shoulder, roughly. I mean, there's nothing exact with Tai Chi. It's roughly there. and then the other hand will be by your side, palm down. But again, not like rigid. It's, think about what you're doing. Don't punch me, you know, but I'm not forcing them. So, any questions? All right, let me see it, please. I'll call out the name, so brush, knee, push. Very good. I mean, yeah, white, great, and now brush, knee, push 1. Tai Chi salad, starting to mix names up. Playing guitar, 1. Brush, knee, push 2. Waist, yeah. Brush, knee, push 3. Yep. Good, release. Okay, one thing I'd like to do is kind of loosen up the arms a little bit. So, take your right arm and rotate it towards the inside. Really, not with the shoulder, like just swing from the elbow. There you go, elbow. And now, add the other one in. And you can maybe feel like alternate, yeah, there you go. Relax, Mr. Payne. Momentum.
Trying.
I know. It's my job to encourage.
I feel like I'm trying to swim and it's not working.
Right, yeah, you're right, swimming because it comes from shoulder. So
Yeah.
this, I'm giving a little bit of a lift in maybe my bicep to get my elbow over, and then I'm just letting it flop. So just let gravity.
I'm feeling a little pop up in here.
Yeah,
Old surgeries.
I have those too.
I know you do.
So I'm not feeling it in my shoulder. And I think this is a good exercise, because if you can get comfortable with this maneuver and not feel it in your shoulder, you're on the right track. Because this is, I'm not saying do that, but this is brush, knee, push. It's I'm relaxed and I push. So that's where these, when you hear us say, turn to the right elbow, by the right elbow, turn to the left, right elbow, you know, right arm by left elbow, that's what we're doing. It's relaxed. Swing, 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 swing.
Nice.
So your homework, should you choose to accept, is to go home and swing your arms. And know that you will be enhancing your Tai Chi if you can get, in fact, for my Black Sash test, the way we did this application was, either sometimes we're like, they throw a punch, and this one was, they stood there and threw a bunch of punches, and you did this, and then you just had to decide when to go. So, I like to play with that because it gets that relaxation in with this application. All right, so we've loosened up our arms a little bit. Let's go ahead and do that again together. And do you guys feel like adding on that 4th one, or do you want to stick with the 3rd one? I see thumbs up there.
We can add.
We can add, I got 4s across, 4 from the 4. That's good. All right, let's do it. Okay. So, white granny spread swings. Brush, knee, push 1. Waist and relaxed arms. Playing guitar 1. Brush, knee, push 2. Brush, knee, push 3. Brush, knee, push 4. Rock back, pivot on the right heel, left hand by right elbow, sink down, step in, step out, shift, and turn. Shift a little bit more to your front leg, Mr. Payne. Yep, there you go. And then don't sit up, just a time, yes, very good, very good. Okay, reset. And begin, brush, knee, push 1. Playing guitar 1. Brush, knee, push 2. Brush, knee, push 3. Brush, knee, push 4. Rock back, turn from that waist. Sit down, step in, step out, shift, and turn. Yeah? Good. Yeah. Any questions? Comments? Feedback?
I like this better than the video.
Yeah, it's,
But thank you for both.
oh, you're welcome. Yeah, trying to accommodate how to, this new normal is, you know, it's a learning experience. But, I mean, I'm, as a student too, the black section classes, I've been taking from my living room, and it is, you know, I mean, so I definitely, I'm on both sides of this equation. All right, we have time, we can do just the brush knee push section, like 2 more times, or we can run it from the beginning through brush knee push 4. What's your take?
Start from the beginning.
Beginning, all right.
Sorry about the phone, man. Don't forget. Sorry about my phone. I
Happens,
forgot
it's
to turn it
okay.
off.
All right. Step left. Commencement. Ward off right. Remember, I'll always say the name before, so you don't have to feel rushed. Ward off left. Ward off right. Pull back. Press. And push. Single whip. Lift hands. Strike with shoulder. White crane spreads wings. Brush knee push. Playing guitar. Brush knee push. Brush knee push. Brush knee push. And since we're close to the end and you guys have seen this before, playing guitar 2. Brush knee push 5. Step forward, deflect downward. Follow along, it's fun, no test. In hand punch. Withdraw and push. Cross hands. Feet together. So close, so close. I think we can get to the end between now and next week, which is the last week of this rotation. So I think we can do it. Any final questions or comments or feedback or anything like that before we bow out? Yes, sir.
Comment, I had heard before that on the brush knee pushes, this is your counterbalance.
Correct.
Okay, so if I get off balance sometimes and I realize it's not out there providing that counterbalance.
So yes, his comment was that, you know, a lot, you'll hear us talk about counterbalance in Tai Chi, and the arms, whether it's single whip or brush knee push, or, you know, there's any number of them, that this is sort of a counterbalance. And if he was saying if he feels off balance, he'll do a counterbalance check and realize it's not there. So, yeah, and then on that other one, it happens on this side, which is easy to miss. A lot of times the arms will get shortened on that brush knee push 3. So in your home practice your loose elbows, and then practice that third brush knee push, and make sure that the arms don't end up kind of smushed into your body. Let that counterbalance happen for you, so that it'll make more sense. So if you have an inkling to practice, those would be my 2 suggestions. And with that, let's go ahead and bow out of basic training. We follow the 5 hearts: faith, respect, perseverance, patience, and humility.
Bow to head instructor.
Bow to intermediate and beginner level students and students at home. I'm glad you're here. Basic training dismissed.